Hey, Taylor Elwood here, and I thought that I would share some of the ongoing magical work that I'm currently involved um, in my practice, as well as talk a bit more about creativity and letting go, because I'm actually having some very interesting experiences that way too. I'm currently working through this book, The Sphere of Art 2, by R.J. Stewart. There we go. And in it, one of the things that he has you do is he has you do this alchemical working, which is an elevation of substances. Um, and the reason you're doing this elevation is in order to do essentially to both elevate the substance itself, but also elevate it within your body. Elevate the equivalent of it. In this case, what I'm doing is I'm working with a natural or homeopathic substances to represent this stuff. So I have here carbon, and this is actually something that I did elevate. I had like a 10-day cycle, and actually an 11-day cycle, and I went and I elevated 10 substances individually, and then did them all collectively. And today I'm getting, and that's known as the dry way, where you're doing it without any substance there. And then I'm getting ready to do an elevation with the wet way. And you'll see here I've got it prepped. I've got this bottle of water and vodka for the same substance. You can't really see the labeling, but it's there. And what I'm going to do later on today is take one of the bead or one of the pills from the dry way elevation and put it into that one. And then I'll start doing the elevation work there. And the reason I'm doing this work is partially because I've never really done it before, and I thought it would be interesting to give it a try, but partially because it's going to allow me to go deeper into the inner temple of the convocation workings, which I've been doing. And with the sphere of art, I'm actually using the sphere of art in relationship um, to the stuff that I'm doing right now in relationship to creativity. And so it felt appropriate to work with these alchemical substances and this working in relationship to that. It's a fairly intensive working. When you're doing this work, for example, you're not supposed to drink any alcohol um, or take any other substances that you can help. And it's really designed to help you get in touch with those forces. And I will say that with doing the dry way working, I have felt this connection with the essence that I'm working with. It's kind of been an interesting push-pull phenomenon. And I've been doing it, I'll set up the sphere of art, and then I'll do this working. And it's really designed to help you um, create these substances for other types of workings, but also I think in a very real sense to elevate yourself as well using that alchemical process. So it's pretty fascinating. I think the thing that really stands out to me is that if it's something that you're going to want to do, you would want to check out. You would want to get this book, and I'd recommend getting his first book, The Sphere of Art, as well, and read that one first and really learn the basic processes. The thing I will tell you is that I've memorized the entire working as far as the sphere of art, the chants and all that, and that helps too. I think in a very real way, it's kind of a reminder that, I mean, you can have some magic which is quick and easy, like doing a sigil working or something like that, but some magic that you do, it's going to be more complicated. It's going to take some dedication on your part. And it's not always necessarily even done for material results. I'm not doing this in order to get material results from this. I'm doing it as a way to further my spiritual work. And it's worth remembering that as well, because we sometimes get so caught up in just getting specific results that we forget the importance of paying attention to the work that we're doing for the sake of doing it for other purposes. In a very real sense, this kind of mirrors my relationship right now with creativity and a lot of the realizations I'm having. I took a stab earlier this month at the possibility of, could I go back into business, for myself as a coach or something, and I realized that simply was not going to happen. I'm not in a place where I'm ready for it. I mean, it might happen someday, but right now I'm not ready for that. And I was, I I came away from that lesson really recognizing that if anything, my focus needs to be on my writing and needs to be on other things. I went to this amazing, or I had this amazing presentation last night on art and magic, and I realized I need to get back to my paintings. And there's things I want to learn in relationship to sound, music, and just even just working with the body in terms of movement and sound. There's all these different things, and I realized really that I need to be in this place where I'm exploring these creative outlets and trusting and exploring that that's the best path for me. And I think a lot of times when we get fixated on, a specific outcome, we ignore those other things that are around us. And, for me, I had ignored certain aspects of my um, creativity in favor of focusing on trying to, achieve certain results. And I feel like I lost something essential. Well, now I'm in the process of getting it back, and it's very clear. It's like right now, it's one or the other. Do you want this or do you want that? Well, I want this. So, the focus is really on the creative work, on the writing, the painting, and the physical movements, and qigong and things like that. But also also some sound work that I'm going to be doing too down the line. So this inner alchemical working is a good example of that. I had not previously really really wouldn't have had the time or dedication to it. Now I do. I'm, making that time and effort. And so here I am, and, I've had the dry elevations has gone through, and again, very interesting experience in and of itself. And now I'm getting ready to do the wet way. I'll add that with the dry way working, I had to take a 2-day break afterwards. It is important, and again, this kind of highlights the difference in some magical workings. You've like a chaos magic working where it's just quick and easy. There you go, and then sometimes you have something like this where it's more planned out and more precise, and it requires something different from you. It's a good thing. So I think, when it comes getting back to what I was talking about in regards to creativity and letting go, I realized that I've had to be willing to let go of what doesn't serve me and really focus in on what is important to me creatively. Because what's important to me creatively is going to dictate and define everything else. And, that's kind of been the message that's been given to me. And so getting a chance to do this alchemical work for the first time it is a good example of that, because here I am, I've dedicated that time in a way that I wouldn't have been able to before. So by letting go of something, I've been able to refocus and explore something else that matters to me. So that's kind of where I'm at now. I just wanted to share this current work, and if you just happen to see this video like at the tail end of this, just go back to the beginning and you'll see everything that I've been working on or doing with this. It'll be released here in a moment. But it's a good lesson to learn. You need to be willing to let go of what is holding you back from things that are important to you. And so when you define what matters to you, in my case, it's creativity. And so by letting go of things that aren't really serving me, I am choosing to focus on those creative outlets, the writing, the art, the alchemy, all those other things, and really making that the central focus of my life. It'd be interesting to see where it takes me. I'm at the beginning of this road in a very real sense of the word, but I'm excited. So I'll probably share some further updates down the line with the alchemical work, and so stay tuned for those. But anyway, just wanted to share what I'm currently doing and how it relates to creativity and letting go. Take care and talk to you later.